Oh, the weather is so beautiful today, beloved. I greet you in the name that is above every name, Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. This is speaking truth to you from Stratford. It's me, Ebenezer, again, speaking truth to you from Stratford. You always see this background lively. Now, I think on Tuesday, I was talking about building nations with righteous people. What I did not tell you is that you cannot, the building of a nation doesn't depend on the shoulders of Christians alone. It's not only Christians we need. In every population, if you add all the religions, they form more than 60% of the people who are not religious. So when we are talking about building a nation, we need the Muslims, we need the Catholics, because they don't call themselves Christians. We need the Church of England. We need the other religions as well to build a nation. It's not only solely on the shoulders of Christians. But the reason why we talk about Christians, because Christians know better. Jesus taught us better. That's why I focus on Christians. But what you have to know is some of these religions, they don't know their tenets, their teachings don't teach them righteousness like the Christian teachings, okay? Because in some religions, fraud is okay. In some religions, if somebody is a Christian and is not part of your religion, you can even kick them off or kill them or take their property. I mean, it's okay for those religions. Jesus didn't tell us. So that's why Christianity is ahead of every religion. Listen, I've seen vicars, I've seen bishops come out of preaching church service in churches I don't want to name, and they stand right in front of the church building and smoke. And I've seen people come out, said, I went to prayer, and after prayer, they put cigarette in their mouth and they're smoking. And I asked them, can you smoke in that mosque? Can you smoke in that church? Can you smoke in that cathedral? And they said, are you being funny? How can I smoke in the holy place like that? I said, now, this is where you got it wrong. You are worshiping what you do not know. If you can't smoke in the mosque, you cannot smoke in the temple, you cannot smoke in the church building. What makes you come out and smoke outside? Do you know your body is the temple of God where God dwells, not that building? And you see those people freeze because they didn't know it that way. They think they meet God at a place. So once they are out of there, anything goes. No. So the mindset of the Christian, born again, spirit-filled Christian should be different from all these religious people. And that's why we preach Jesus to them. We tell them Christianity is the only way. Having put aside, there is a nation in the east that depended upon the farmers in the nation to survive. And mostly, they ask every farmer who farms in rice farmers, to donate certain amount of weight of rice to the nation for the feeding of the poor. So, but with time, they realize that there are some people who, to make the weight, they add sand and other things to their rice just to beef the weight up. They realized that it was only the Christians who were not doing that, because in those nations, they torture Christians. Small thing, you don't know why the word hate Christians. Even though they know the Christians were right, police know we preach right. They know the things we are saying is correct, but they still hate the righteous people. You know why? Sin. I will come to that story. But you watch Peter. The first time he met Jesus, and Jesus gave them the fish miracle. If it were me, I would have said, I will always need this person to come fishing with me. That's what I would have said. But after rather he saw the fish miracle, do you know what he said? He said, get away from me, Jesus, for I'm a sinner. Sin is the reason why people don't want us to preach. Sin is the human race problem. And because sin is so evil, when it comes in contact with light, people want to run, people want to flee. So I encourage all of you preachers over there, especially the street preachers and evangelists, don't give up, because we know the problem. The problem is sin. Sin is the reason why Adam and Eve ran away from God. Do you think they didn't enjoy the presence of God? Do you think they don't want God around? They think they don't know what they benefited from God. But sin, I work with people, I know what I'm talking to you about. Sin is the problem. So this nation in the east, they realize that only the Christians are faithful. So you know what they do? They divided the queue into two. They select all the Christians come in one queue and the rest in other queues. And the Christians were afraid because they don't know what else the government is coming up with, because already they are being tortured foolishly. Oh, Satan is a bad devil. This nation knew how they are benefiting from the faithfulness of the Christians. yet they keep on torturing them. Sin. So they realize that when they open the bag of the Christians, there is nothing missed with their rice. Their rice is accurate. But yet the Christians were afraid. Some of them still join the unbelieving line because they don't want to be identified as Christians, because they don't know what is happening to their fellow Christians. But even the government realized that the people who were not Christians, they mixed their rice with other things. But the Christians were faithful. They weighed them, and some people realized that their Christian lie goes fast. So they decided to join. And then when they caught up with all those people who were adding stuff to their rice just to make the weight. Why am I saying this? We need Christians to build the nations. And we need religious people. If really their religions are true religion, there will be no nation in the world that will have crooks among them. This is why we need the kingdom of God. In the kingdom of God, we will have the same heart. We will work just like Jesus wanted, and we'll have a clean rulership. You will open your door and nobody will dare go and steal. So don't think I'm hard on Christians. But no matter what be the case, even if we are the minority, we should make an impact. This morning, I was looking at what it means to be salt in the corrupt world with my children. By evening, I will come back to you with the same teaching. What it means to be a Christian in the corrupt world like this. I love you, all of you. Speaking the truth to you from Stratford. Be the Christian Jesus expects you to be, and make a difference in this corrupt world we live in. I love you. Speaking the truth from Stratford. The Lord bless you all.